Okay, let's stand and get going.
Our regular council meeting will now come to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, honorable city council members, to our chief of staff who's sitting in for Mayor Burkcroft, our city treasurer, our deputy clerk, our city attorney, to the administrative staff that's present, and to those who are in the audience. Welcome. This is the City of Romulus City Council regular meeting, and today's date is Monday, November the 1st. Members of the public wishing to participate in this meeting may do so under the public comment portion of the agenda. Please fill out a request to speak public comment card located on the table in the back of the chambers and hand it to the deputy clerk. Additionally, members of the public who are viewing tonight's meeting via our broadcast channel or YouTube Live can submit their comments to publiccomment@romulusgov.com. At this time, we will have roll call. Councilwoman Abdo.
Here.
Councilman Barton.
Here.
Councilwoman Roscoe.
Here.
Councilwoman Talley.
Here.
Councilman Wadsworth.
Here.
Councilwoman Webb.
Here.
Councilwoman Williams is absent. Mr. Chair, we have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Tonight's council meeting agenda is as follows. Number 1, agenda. Number 2, minutes. 3, petitioner. 4, chairperson's report. 5, mayor's report. 6, clerk's report. 7, treasurer's report. 8, public comment. 9, unfinished business. 10, new business. 11, communication. And number 12, adjournment. And a motion would be in order to accept the regular council meeting agenda as presented.
So moved. Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Webb, supported by Ms. Abdo, for approval of the agenda as presented. Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion is approved.
Number 2, minutes. 2A, for approval are the minutes from the regular meeting held on Monday, October 25th, 2021 at 7:30 p.m.
Mr. Chairman, I will move that we approve the minutes from the regular council meeting of October 25th of 2021 at 7:30.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Abdo, for approval of the minutes held on Monday, October 25th, 2021 at 7:30. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Agenda item 2B, for approval are the minutes from the special meeting study session held on Monday, October 25th, 21 at 6:45 p.m., and this was for the purpose of discussing long-term parking facilities, wireless communication facilities, and lighting regulations. Motion will be in order.
So moved for approval of the minutes from the special meeting held Monday, October 25th, 2021.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Talley, for approval of minutes from our special meeting study session held on Monday, October the 25th, 2021 at 6:45. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
There are no petitioners on the agenda. Takes us to number 4, the chairperson's report.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We had no special meetings tonight, so the chair is going to recognize Councilwoman Abdo.
Thank you. At the last meeting, I asked the question on the Royal Farms development if there would be any overnight parking, and I was assured there was not going to be. But a petitioner or someone from the state, Mr. Justice, asked, from the crowd if they were going to be ticketed. After our Chief of Staff did some research, they said the violation for overnight parking would happen if anyone tried to park overnight in the Royal Farms site, and it'd be by the police department. And so I wanted to get that out there. And the other thing that was brought up that I had concerns with, I believe it was Mr. Wilson asking about the DTE maintenance and timelines for service interruption. I personally called the Public Service Commission and filed a complaint. However, I know that our city is working with DTE, so something like that will not happen again. That's it.
Thank you. Also, the Chair is going to recognize Councilman Wadsworth.
Thank you, Mr. Barton. I'd like to talk about the Romulus Animal Shelter. This past week, Myers in Belleville donated a $5,000 check to the shelter. And what took place out there is they had a $5,000 grant, and they told their employees to vote to what you think is a good cause. Mm-hmm. And most of us remember, and he still lives in town, Barry Bowman, the ex-councilman who served 6 terms here with me. And Barry was an excellent councilman. He was a professional councilman, and he's lived in our town ever since. And to Barry, I say, Barry, thank you. A job well done. Barry works there at Myers, and so he went out and he got all the employees. I guess the term is stirred up, and the Romulus shelter won by a landslide, and it brings the total since we began this to $351,000.
Wow. Thank you.
And
Congratulations.
very good job.
Yay.
Thank you, Mr. Wadsworth. Thank you, Barry. Good job. Well done. That's going to conclude the chairperson's report.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to accept your report.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Talley, for approval of the chairperson's report. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved. Thank you.
Next on the agenda is number 5 is the mayor's report, and we have our chief of staff, Julie White-Toko, who will be presenting the mayor's report this evening.
Thank you, Madam Clerk, and good evening, City Council. The mayor has one item on his report this evening, and that is item number 5A, which is a request for your concurrence for the appointment of Cheryl Buckley to the City of Romulus Officers Compensation Commission with a term to expire on June 24th of 2026.
Through the chair, if I may.
Yes, Ms.
I'd
Webb.
like to make that motion to concur with the administration and approve the appointment of Cheryl Buckley to the City of Romulus Officer Compensation Commission.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Webb, supported by Ms. Roscoe, to concur with the administration and approve the appointment of Cheryl Buckley to the City of Romulus Officer Compensation Commission with a term to expire on June the 24th, 2026. Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved.
Thank you, Council. That will conclude the mayor's report this evening.
Thank you, Chief Staff.
Number 6 is the clerk's report, and as you can see, I have several agenda items, action items this evening. The first action item, 6A, this is for second reading and final adoption of TA-2021-001 zoning ordinance amendment, and this is as it pertains to long-term parking facilities. This was introduced at the council meeting of October 25th, 2021.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Mr.
I will
Wadsworth.
move for second reading and final adoption of TA 2021-001, the zoning ordinance amendment for long-term parking facilities.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Talley, for second reading and final adoption of TA 2021-001, zoning ordinance amendment, long-term parking facilities. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, Roll call vote. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Agenda item 6B for approval is the second reading and final adoption of TA 2021-002, which amends Section 12.15 Wireless Communication Facilities and Services of the zoning ordinance. This amendment was introduced at the October 25th, 2021 regular council meeting.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Ms. Roscoe.
I'll make that motion for second reading and final adoption of TA-2021-002, zoning ordinance amendment for wireless facilities.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Talley. Second reading and final adoption of TA 2021-002, zoning ordinance amendment, wireless facilities. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. 6C for approval is the second reading and final adoption of TA-2021-003, which amends Article 13, Site Design, Section 13.05, Lighting Regulations of the zoning ordinance. This amendment was introduced at the October 25th, 2021 regular council meeting.
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion
Ms. Roscoe?
for second reading and final adoption of TA-2021-003 for the zoning ordinance amendment for lighting.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Mr. Wadsworth. Second reading and final adoption of TA 2021-003, zoning ordinance amendment, lighting. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
And the last action item under the clerk's report is 6D. And this is for approval, is the second reading and final adoption to amendments to Chapter 58, Traffic and Motor Vehicles, Section 58-66 defined, and Section 58-67 entrance, exit, paving of the City of Romulus Code of Ordinances. This amendment was introduced at the October 25th, 2021 regular council meeting.
Through the chair,
Yes, Ms. Talley.
I'd like to make that motion for the second reading and final adoption to an amendment to Chapter 58, Traffic and Motor Vehicles, Section 58-66 and 58-67 of the City Code of Ordinances.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Abdo. Second reading, final adoption to amendment to Chapter 58, Traffic and Motor Vehicles, Section 58-66 and 58-67 of the City Code of Ordinance. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, Council. Mr. Chair, I have a few announcements. If you would,
Okay.
Before I close out my report.
Okay, Madam
And
Clerk.
if you will allow me.
Sure.
This time. First, we know tomorrow's a big day. And so I have just a few little reminders for everyone with regards to Election Day. First, we want to remind everyone that the polls open at 7 and close at 8. Ballot drop boxes are available, and they're located in front of City Hall and the Senior Center. So if those that are watching and listening, if you still have your absentee ballots, please, you haven't, get them in. We have until 8 o'clock when the polls close to turn in your ballots. And you can always turn them in at City Hall as well, in the clerk's office. We also have same-day registration is available for residents who are not registered to vote. Again, you have until 8 o'clock to register. You must have photo ID and you must have proof of residency. Also, we want to announce that the live election results will be broadcasted via Zoom. We will have that information available on our city's website as well as our Facebook page for you. Council, if you want us to email that to you, we can do that as well, the link. So it will be, I believe it'll be tomorrow. We'll have that available for everybody tomorrow for the live results. Also, when going to the polls tomorrow, we want to make sure that everybody, all the voters must have photo ID with them when requesting a ballot. If they do not have acceptable forms of photo ID, they can sign an affidavit of not in possession of photo ID. And also, I want to announce that immediately after we adjourn this evening, if everyone could please vacate the council chambers because we have to set up for the AV counting board. So if you wouldn't mind, everyone just kind of take it out in the foyer area if you want to talk. And then lastly, I would like to just wish everyone the best of luck tomorrow and on your election. And then last, I wish Mayor Burke was here, and he's not here. And I want to thank you for, you adopted a resolution, and if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to read that resolution.
Sure.
Please.
City of Romulus, a resolution in recognition of Mayor Leroy D. Burke for 24 years of public service to the city. Whereas Mayor Burke was born in 1964 and is a lifelong resident of the city of Romulus, graduating from Romulus Community Schools and returning to the city after college. And whereas Mayor Burke's dedication to his community is unquestionable. He began his service to the public as a commissioner of the Planning Commission and later successfully secured a seat on the Romulus City Council. He would eventually receive the highest number of votes to be designated Mayor Pro Tem. And whereas Mayor Burke was elected the mayor of the city of Romulus in 2013 and in 2017, where he incorporated his business experience as the Vice President of Bearing Services into public administration to position the city for the future. And whereas Mayor Burke's love for the city of Romulus is evident in his response to residential issues, promotion of the city's best qualities, and desire to attract what the city needs and deserves. And therefore, be it resolved that the honorable elected officials take a moment to recognize and thank Mayor Leroy Burke for his 24 years of service to the citizens of this great city, understanding that there is no greater burden than to serve, but no greater fulfillment than to be needed. And therefore, be it further resolved, the city of Romulus wishes Mayor Leroy D. Burke a wonderful and refreshing retirement that is full of vigor and happiness as the pages of his life's next chapter are being written. And this is signed by the city clerk, the city treasurer, Mayor Pro Tem John Barton, Councilwoman Abdo, Councilwoman Roscoe, Councilman Wadsworth, Councilwoman Talley, Councilwoman Webb, and Councilwoman Williams. We'd like to wish Mayor Burke congratulations, and I'm going to present this to the Chief of Staff. We also have a plaque for him. Like I said, I was hoping that he would be here to surprise him, but we have a plaque of recognition for Mayor Burke. And it reads as follows: presented to Leroy D. Burke in recognition and appreciation for 24 years of unwavering commitment and dedicated service to the people in the city of Romulus, 1997 to 2021. Thank you.
Amen.
So again, if we can give Mayor Burke in his absence a round of applause. And thank you, Mr. Chair. That will conclude my report.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Next, number 7 is the treasurer's report.
Thank you. Good evening, council, clerk, deputy clerk, listening audience. Tonight, I would like to invite Dennis Davison to come up under my report. He is from the Wayne County Treasurer's Office.
Thank you, Madam Treasurer. Good evening, Madam Chief of Staff, Mr. City Attorney, ladies and gentlemen of council, Madam Clerk, and Mr. Deputy Clerk. It's a pleasure to be back in front of you again to give you a little report of what we got going on. I passed out a flyer to each one of you concerning our resource and tax assistance fairs. And our first one is going to be held here in Romulus, and it's going to be Saturday, November the 6th at the RAC, and it's going to be in the Day Care Center. I'd like to remind people who are watching this or will watch this later that you don't need a mask to enter the RAC, but you do need a mask to enter the room where we're having our assistance. So that's very, very, very important. Right now, 2019 and prior due residential total, there was 33, and owner-occupied count is now 11. Only due residential total of 130, and it's now owner-occupied count of 49. Prior due non-residential 14, and prior due non-residential 21 for a total of 198. We have owner-occupied properties that will be foreclosed on if they do not enter into a program, and it's 61 properties. Like Mr. Sabri likes to say, we don't want your house, we don't want your property, we don't want your business. We just want you to be able to pay your taxes. There's several programs that you can go on. There's hardship programs that people don't know about. We had a show cause hearing in Detroit about a year and a half ago, and an elderly woman come in and she says, I get $650 a month, I can't pay my taxes. And one of our guys says, we want to talk to you because it's very important that there are hardships out there and that we recognize them. But we can't recognize them unless we know about them, and that's the whole thing. So that's what we're doing on the foreclosure end of this. The tax dollars involved in the 61 properties is about $172,000 in taxes that will go eventually back to the communities once we get everybody on a program. Various programs are available out there. All they have to do is come to the RAC on Saturday from 10 to 2, and we'll be able to assist them. Anybody in Wayne County can come to the RAC that day, and we will take care of them. Then on Saturday, November the 13th, a week later, we will be in E-Course at E-Course City Hall on 3869 West Jefferson, and then Thursday, December the 2nd, we'll be at River Rouge City Hall. I'm currently working on Inkster. After the first of the year, we'll try and get other communities that are in need, which I believe will be Westland and a few other places. So that's our goal right now, is to get people out, get them under programs, and make sure that they keep their house and pay their taxes and pay for all the public assistance that they get from their taxes, police, fire, et cetera, et cetera. So, any questions?
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Ms. Talley?
Dennis, I know you've been here before. I can't remember the last time y'all did this at the RAC. What was the turnout did y'all get before when you did it at the RAC?
I think we had 30 families come out.
30 families?
Yes. Yes, and there's still opportunity. I should mention this, there's an opportunity there until March the 14th. After March the 14th, if you've not entered into any type of a program, you'll be foreclosed on by March the 31st. And that's the last thing that we want. So Mr. Sabri is very adamant that we don't want to go through that.
Any other questions? Mr. Wadsworth?
Dennis, is there a income requirement to qualify for this, or?
No, not really. I mean, there's going to be, they're going to ask for your income, of course,
Okay.
to see what your ability is to pay and what program that they can put you under. If you're hardship, then there's a good chance you may not have to pay taxes.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Mrs. Page?
Thank you, Dennis, for coming out, and I just want to remind everyone, when they did do this program before, I was there, and I will be there on November 6th. It was well-organized, a lot of great staff came from the county resource centers. They were able to ask those, or answer those tough questions. So I would encourage anybody that's from Romulus or from Wayne County, like Dennis said, to come on out. And if you have any questions about delinquent, foreclosed property, or any questions in general, it's a great time to come out because it is a little difficult to get downtown. You've got to schedule an appointment, and it's a little bit further distance. There's parking and so forth. So I would encourage you to come out on the 6th, and if you can't, there's the 13th and also December 2nd. But it's a great time to come out and ask those questions if you have any questions whatsoever about delinquent or foreclosure. And there'll be a lot of information there, so definitely spread the word, let our residents know, and I hope to see you there on the 6th. And thank you again, Dennis.
And thank you for all your help, Madam Treasurer. And I think it's a good education for council members, elected officials to come out and see how the process works. You'll be truly amazed. We had a show cause hearings in January and February, 2 weeks in January, I think it was, of 2019, and almost 3,000 people showed up to talk to representatives from the Treasurer's Department. So I thank Treasurer Page for all of her help and encouragement on this. Do appreciate it, and I thank you for the time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. Thank you, Madam Treasurer.
And just a quick reminder, our winter taxes are right around the corner. Those will be out December 1st. We're working on that. We will get those out in the mail. And of course, if you have any questions on that, you can give our office a call at 734-942-7580. Thank you, and that's it for my report.
Thank you.
Takes us to number 8, public comment. And this is the portion of the agenda for those in the audience who would like to address City Council. The rules to address City Council can be found on the back of the meeting agenda. If you would like to address the City Council, please raise your hand, and after being acknowledged by the chairperson, approach the podium and state your name. Please note, members of the public who submitted a public comment card will be called upon first. You will have 3 minutes to speak, and any additional time will be upon the consent of the chairperson. As a reminder, members of the public viewing tonight's meeting via the city's broadcast channel or YouTube Live can submit their public comments to publiccomment@romulusgov.com before the end of the public comment period. We do not have any written requests, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Any comments from the audience? Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Okay.
My name's Eric Grimm. I'm general manager of the Sheraton Hotel. The ownership asked me to just come out and thank everyone for their support. Part of it was due to long-term parking that we're working through with the city as far as with the new ordinances obviously going into place. We have the 2 properties, we have the Marriott and we have the full-service Sheraton. And as we've positioned, we're only looking really to do it at the Sheraton since we have close to 600 parking spots there. And that property does a lot of business with the airlines. So a lot of those spots go unused on a daily basis and a monthly basis. So he just wanted me to come out and personally thank you all. And thank you, Carol Mays, for all of your support and answering all of his questions on a regular basis. And we look to continue to work through that process with you folks. So just thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions? Thank you. Is there any more comments from the audience? If not, Madam Clerk, we'll close that part out.
Number 9 is unfinished business. Number 10 is new business. Number 11 is communication.
Through the chair, if I may. I was trying to get under your report, but I didn't make it in time. For the last memorial resolution of this term, if I can get support, I'd like to make a resolution for Roxanne Mccurdy.
Support.
Roxanne was my son-in-law's sister. She passed on the 20th, and her mom and dad, they have all passed years ago, and my son-in-law sort of looked out after her and her sister. And it's really hard on my son-in-law, because he was the father to his two sisters for years. And I just wanted a resolution so that she can be remembered. She had a very, very loving heart, and that's what I can say about her. She had a big heart, and she held a track and field record at the Romulus High School for almost 20 years. So I will get all the information. We're not in a hurry, okay, for this. So I just wanted that memorial resolution for her.
Okay. Thank you. It's been motioned by Ms. Webb, supported by Ms. Roscoe, for a memorial resolution. Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Is there any more communication? If not, I do have one more, and the deputy clerk just reminded me.
Okay.
Some may know and some may not know, but our elections clerk, Katie Tomasic, she came to us from Flat Rock. And so tomorrow is her last day with the city of Romulus. She is running for city clerk unopposed in the city of Gibraltar. So I would be, honored if the council would adopt a resolution just thanking her for her service for the year. She's done an amazing job the short time that she's been here in the city of Romulus, especially as it relates to elections. She will make an amazing clerk there in Gibraltar. And so just a resolution of thanking her for her time here, if council so.
You had a question?
No.
Okay.
So move for the resolution for Katie.
Support.
It's been motioned by, who made that resolution?
Bill.
Who? Mr. Wadsworth, I'm sorry. Who supported that?
I did.
Oh, okay. It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Roscoe for a resolution. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, that motion is approved.
Thank you, council. Any more communication?
Communication. Go
Yes,
ahead,
I
Ms.
would ask this council for a resolution for Vivian Holyfield. She passed away today.
Oh, my God.
Totally unexpected. Kind of lost for words, so please support a resolution for
I support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Williams, supported by
Ms. Abdo.
Ms. Abdo for a memorial resolution. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion. Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
If there's no further communication, takes us to number 12, adjournment.
So moved.
8:05.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Webb, for adjournment. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. We are adjourned. Thank you.
Good luck tomorrow, everybody.